I'd like to invite the filmmakers down, Q&A. We've got a whole big row of filmmakers coming down. Come on down from the shorts. Start out by having you introduce yourselves in your film, and then I'm going to let you run the Q&A if that's okay. So I'll bring another microphone. Is this working? I think you have to talk close.
Yeah.
So if you want to start at this end.
Hisham Tawfiq, the bravest, the boldest actor.
Kartik Vijay, cinematographer for the Bravest.
Sameerah Luqmaan-Harris, the bravest, the boldest actor.
Eric Fallon, bravest and boldest writer.
Pelin Uzay, Bravest, the boldest producer.
Director of What They Said.
Jonas Sörensson, producer, Hisham.
Hutton, actress and player.
Thyberg, director of Hisham.
Joe Callander, filmmaker of Tim and Susan Have Matching Handguns.
Giroux, director of Nina Mi Vida.
Annick Blanc, producer of Nina Mi Vida.
I'm David Henry Gerson. I'm the actor and producer of Perilous.
They wait till the last
Questions?
5 minutes.
All right.
It just takes the first one.
Hisham Tawfiq is what inspired your story.
So I wrote the first draft for The Bravest and Boldest quite a few years ago when there was just a lot of stories, I guess, about casualties, and about transparency or lack thereof regarding casualties, and also notification officers. And I don't know, it was actually, a friend of mine was in film school and asked me to write something for her class. They just were doing an exercise and they needed a script. And I just had this idea. A lot of my stories come out of just a situation, and mine happened to be these two Army officers who enter a housing project and the mother's in the elevator. And she kind of just sees their uniforms and they're going to the same floor, and she just goes into this kind of state of denial. And she's certain, and then I just wrote what happened. And then Moon, he and I he got into his hands and he was interested, and then we worked on it together, and he actually made a lot of important changes to what I originally had, so, yeah.
Good job.
For Matching Handguns, was that based on a true story at all?
It's a documentary. It's all real.
That was my question.
Question in the back?
Way in the back.
You talked about My Pleasure. What was the genesis of the film? What motivated you to do it and to do it the way you did?
Yeah, well, basically, I've been interested in the topic of pornography for a very long time, and I made lot of I wrote an essay about it, or about youth porn. The most 20 most viewed clips on youth porn, which is the biggest porn site. And yeah, then I had to watch a lot of porn, and therefore, yeah, that's kind of where the inspiration came from. And also, as a filmmaker, my main subjects are sexuality, identity, the body, power, and group dynamics. So, yeah. And the way I did it, it's hard to answer that. I think I need a more specific question because there's so many ways I did it, or choices. Do you have a more specific question?
No, I was more interested in your motivation for doing it and whether the final production matched what you had in mind.
Well, it never does completely, but in a way it did also. I think one of the motivations, or one thing that was important for me, was to show the living people, the humans behind the cliches of the porn, and to show the working conditions, and to portray them in a respectful way, and to make them to show them as people working like everyone else in a way. So that was one of the motives. Yeah.
Can I just go? I have 82 questions. Okay, Bravest and the Boldest. I wondered, for you, the actress, what did you draw on for your inspiration as an actress? Because as a mom, one of those things was so sad. So I just wondered, are you a mother yourself, or how did you get to that place for your role?
I'm not a mom. I think I just pictured, I had an image, a very specific image of Corey in my head that I kept with me, and I didn't want to picture him as he probably is at this moment. I sort of had a 12-year-old vision of him, if not younger, and I just carried that in my heart and soul, I guess, and allowed. I think she sort of holds her breath through the film, and so I just held him in my breath, I guess, as I was going through it.
You did such a beautiful job.
Thank you.
And where was it filmed?
In New York.
Oh, okay. Sorry, can I ask another? Does anyone know? Anyone else? Okay. Okay, so with pleasure. What? I'm sorry, I really don't mean to take over. They were really great films. So, with pleasure for the actress, did you have any reservations about doing porn-related work? Not that you were naked or anything, but was it hard?
No, it was okay. I mean, I felt very good with Nina. She always made me feel comfortable in every scene. And it was such a small team as well, so I wasn't exposed in a way. And then, I don't know, I watched a lot of films, and I kind of wanted to be a part of this message she wanted to, I don't know what kind of message you want to put out there, but there's some kind of message in the film. You can view it differently, but I think I wanted to be a part of that, even if that made me have put me in a place where in Sweden a lot of people kind of mix me up with being a porn actress as well, so I was a bit irritated over that thing, but other than that, it's a good experience, to get into the role of a person that's so far away from me.
So what do you think? What's the moral of pleasure that you want? I know that it's art, but what would you want us to take with us from that movie?
Was that for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, in one sentence. I mean, of course, if I could say it in one sentence, I wouldn't make a movie. Well, and so, I mean, okay, I want you to think about porn, why does it look the way it do? why do people get turned on by this, and to think about it. I don't have like a clear message. I don't want to like make you like. I don't want everyone to have the same opinion. I want you to discuss it and think over it and like.
Okay, documentary boy. Question. What made you say that's because that's like my grandma. I'd just be like, oh, it's a family.
It's a story, I suppose. I don't know. It's a story. If you want to call it a movie or not, I guess that's up to you.
And then why that link? Why not go like?
Well, I didn't. That's all you needed. I guess that's all I needed to
Okay, and then the last one, I really do have enough, but I'll stop with you at the end. Captain, what is it, Chapel?
Chapel Perilous.
Yes.
Chapel Perilous.
WCF.
I agree.
What do you want us to take home?
I think that's really up to you.
Oh, I hate that.
It should, I think, make you feel that way as to what, maybe there's more out there. Maybe there's not an answer to your question.
Oh, I think that's true.
So how did you come up with that idea and that story?
For Chapel Perilous? Well, I did not come up with it. I was just the actor, the producer, the director, Matthew Lester, doing it tonight. But what he would say is that he took a long bath and the idea came to him. He'd been reading the works of Jeremy Narby and very interested in some of these metaphysical occult terms, and the word Chapel Perilous, which means that you're not sure whether you've been aided or hindered by a force outside of the natural realm, was something that was in his mind. There's also the question of, what would happen today if a modern day Moses appeared, or if a messenger came to you and said, you are the prophet, and how would you react, and how would that happen? Which probably the answer would be WTF. So I think, and I hope you guys will, that's one of the, I can plug real quick, it's one of the shorts on YouTube, on Sundance's YouTube channel, and I hope you guys will all share it, so that we can win the competition. Thank you. Thanks very much.
All right, you can yell.
Let's go one more. Let's go outside.